Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 171. I'm Connor Murphy here with Grace Matthews. Hi, Grace. How you doing?
I'm doing great. The better question is, how are you, birthday boy?
I'm doing pretty good. I did nothing but nap yesterday.
Well, sometimes naps are a sweet thing.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that I did the math and I'm 54 years old. And all of last year, I also thought I was 54 years old. So I don't even feel like I had a birthday.
Well, that's kind of good, isn't it?
Yeah. But thinking back, wow, I was like depressed for an entire year that I was 54. Turns out that I wasn't. Just bad math.
Yeah, that is bad. Oh, that's a sign of aging process.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Same with the nap I'd had yesterday.
Oh, no, this is not a good sign, is it?
Oh, no.
You need to perk up there.
Yeah, it's these damn politicians making us old before our time.
It's just, sometimes you do have to walk away from it.
Yeah, absolutely, I do.
I mean, it gets nutty. And the way this socialism is creeping in to the United States, but all over the world.
Right.
It's frightening.
The world just needs to look at Venezuela right now.
Exactly. Socialism, communism, it's been tried more than 100 times. Guess how many it's succeeded?
Zero.
Now, why does everybody think they can do it better? I'm not sure they do. I just think they look at little Kim and think, well, your people may be starving, but you're not. So those that are in control, they really do want the power.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's really about power. So as we look at these 20 candidates, we've got to hope that Americans, not just conservatives, say, I do not want socialism.
Right.
And you can't give an inch because they'll take a foot.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, today, history's being made in Venezuela.
Oh.
Okay.
I haven't heard any of this. As we speak, there is an uprising. It's not a coup because they want Guaido to take office, and he was the man duly elected leader. Oh,
but,
okay.
Maduro has taken over the government for some months now.
Huh.
Now, the interesting thing is that Russia and Cuba have surrounded the country with troops because, of course, they want Maduro, the socialist. I think communist would be more accurate, to keep control of the country. And I mean, the video coming out of there is just horrific. It's been horrific for a long time because people have been eating out of trash cans.
Right.
This is really the richest country in South America.
They had all the oil.
Yeah. So our thoughts and prayers are with them. Their ambassador, I believe he's in D.C., he's basically calling the shots on TV, social media. I don't know how much access they have to that, but it's sort of worked okay. And so I also wonder if the United States has some undercover people, some plans. Somehow they got the word out. And I do believe the United States is involved. Marco Rubio was tweeting this morning, the United States was prepared for this. How deep we're into it, nobody's really saying. I suspect that
we used a lot of our covert tools to make this happen.
Right. Wow. That's big news. And I didn't even know it was going on.
Yeah.
Really haven't.
Well, it's time difference, and they did not let the cat out of the bag.
Right.
That today was going to be the day. So,
wow. Big news.
Still morning out there. So,
yeah.
we'll give you a break on that.
Those poor people.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, there was a shooting at the synagogue in Poway, California.
Yes.
A lot of my youth in Poway. It's a beautiful, beautiful community. The one woman that was shot dead, she jumped in front of the gunman to protect the rabbi.
Wow. Wow.
Of course, it killed her. The rabbi still got hit. He lost one finger. He may lose another. And then there was 3 injured. Luckily, or unluckily, however you want to look at this, the rabbi said that they really didn't have the money for a bodyguard or a guard to be on the premises. Now, I know our synagogue here, we have a guard with an AR.
Wow. That blows my mind.
And a lot of our churches do too. Okay, they're on the front steps and at the door, and they have to be. I mean, there is attack on religion.
Yeah, you are
but
correct.
What he asked his congregation to do was all the men that are in some type of law enforcement, he asked them to carry to the services. And they had several. So it was an off-duty border agent that saved them from things being worse.
Wow.
He shot at the perpetrator. Another good thing that happened was the perpetrator's gun jammed.
Oh, wow.
Or it would have been worse. Now, when the woman went down, that was trying to save the rabbi.
Yeah.
Someone yelled for the doctor to come and try to save her. And the doctor came, and it was the doctor's wife.
Oh, no.
Sad as that, but
wow.
The perpetrator, a lot of people are blaming him for being a white supremacist and it being Trump's fault. He's a Trump hater. He hated Trump for Trump's love of the Jews.
Wow.
So, really, that is fake news to suggest, and my understanding is on The View yesterday and this morning, they completely were blaming Donald Trump for the synagogue shooting. One thing we want to remind is you cannot be an anti-Semite and claim not to be a racist or xenophobic.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because anti-Semitism is racism and or xenophobia. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a little inconvenient that we gave it a different name, I think.
Right.
Because it allows people to separate it in their minds. Like, it's okay to be anti-Semitic, but it's not okay to be racist. They're the same damn thing.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't definitely you can't definitely be anti-Muslim. I mean, that'll get you kicked off of Facebook.
Yeah, and Twitter.
Yeah, you can sling all the crap you want at anybody that's Jewish or Catholic or
white
Sikh.
men.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I'm seeing it all the time. Attacks on white men, as if anybody, including white men, can really control who they were born.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can't change that.
Yeah.
You cannot blame somebody for something they cannot change. That is no different than being mean to a disabled person.
Exactly.
You can't change it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us would change parents or what happened or, we would, but we can't. So we need to embrace it. We need to embrace everybody's differences.
Exactly. Not divide.
Not divide and not let somebody's differences control us.
Exactly.
And we certainly can't let anybody bring something that breaks our laws.
Yeah.
Bring any type of belief system that breaks our laws. And I'm talking about Sharia law.
All right.
We can't endorse it. We can't sort of say it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to take a stand against it. And I am so mad at Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, I saw that.
So the swimsuit issue, the woman is dressed in Muslim swimwear, garb. She's all covered up.
What's the point?
To me, it's an endorsement of Sharia law, and it's a jab at women.
Yeah.
It's a microaggressive. You remember Hillary brought us that word. Sexist, misogynistic move by Sports Illustrated. And I hope everybody thinks twice before buying that issue.
Yeah, not going to buy it. Never bought anything Sports Illustrated before. Haven't even read it in the doctor's office.
Well, good for you. Don't start.
Well, they don't have a lot of hockey in it,
That's true. They don't, do they?
No. And to a Canadian, you got to have hockey and everything, so.
And we're still on anti-Semitism. What is wrong with the New York Times?
And their cartoons. What is up? Yes.
They're in one of the most Jewish cities in the United States, New York. They have had a lot of employees that are Jewish, and yet they are turning out to be one of the most, if not the most, anti-Semitic organization I've ever known of in my lifetime.
Yeah, I don't get it. This does not make any sense whatsoever.
It doesn't, and it's wrong.
I mean, why would you do that? These are your readers out there. Most of them are probably Jewish. And what are you thinking? I don't get it at all. It's just like
I don't either.
Yeah, people have no brains anymore. I don't know. Is it the dumbing down of society, the idiocracy? I don't get it.
I don't get it. They ran this first anti-Semitic cartoon Thursday. It was Netanyahu's face on a weenie dog. Okay, with a blind Trump being led by the Netanyahu dog with a skull cap on.
Oh, okay.
And a black suit like a conservative Jew would wear.
Wow. Okay.
They did not apologize basically till yesterday, and 2 more anti-Semitic cartoons were ran in the meantime in different versions across the world.
Wow. Okay.
It is not okay anywhere. We honestly cannot let the New York Times believe this is okay. I mean, apologizing till yesterday and today is unacceptable.
That is crazy.
How many people did this go through and get the okie dokie?
Yeah,
before
I don't get
it
it.
Actually ran.
I just dumbfounded on it.
I don't understand. They did say they're not going to run syndicated cartoons for a while, but that just came out about 5 minutes ago.
Good.
I think people are protesting in front of the building in New York, and I think people are pulling their subscriptions.
Yeah, they've recently pissed off another group, and it was a religious group. I can't remember what it was. I was kind of doing something, and I heard it on the news in the background that a lot of the shop owners that newspaper shops, smoke shops, whatever, were refusing to carry the New York Times any longer. And that I just saw that like last week.
Really?
Yeah. I forget which group it was, though. I wasn't really paying attention. I kind of got the back end of that. So.
we'll have to look into that. But it's unacceptable. And I mean, my goodness, if they ran that about, Muslims or
the
religion, I can't even imagine what would happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So just stay away from all religions. I mean, there is no sense in taking a jab at any of them.
Right. Pick on the politicians instead.
Exactly. Okay, so remember we said the other day that Meghan McCain's family, or I guess John McCain's family, was going to support Biden.
Right.
They just could not support Trump. I mean, as if anybody is surprised by that. Well, I think Meghan McCain's going to be the only one. She must have spoke too soon for the rest of the family, because Cindy McCain came out and said she wasn't going to support anybody in the 2020 race.
Okay.
And Meghan's husband, the owner of The Federalist, wrote one of the most damaging, or his publication, wrote one of the most damaging articles I've seen yet about Biden's past.
There you go.
I mean, it basically laid him out on the floor like a doormat.
Right. Well,
so my guess is she didn't check with the family first.
Or she just doesn't care, and she just wags her chin like the rest of them on The View, and they don't care if it's true or not. If they say it enough times, maybe it'll become true. That's the thinking they have.
Kind of nasty women. I mean, I of course do not watch it. I just catch things in the news.
Yeah. Well, they've been on the air long enough that they're starting to contradict themselves from when the show first started. So I do watch those clips that people post on Facebook.
It's true. Okay. This is just some new information. We'll see where it goes. But a law firm that Obama paid to do legal work, I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's also been discovered that that law firm also paid Fusion GPS.
Okay. Wow.
Now, let's think about everybody that paid Fusion GPS for the fake dossier. I mean, nothing has been proven to be correct in the dossier.
Right.
Okay. Hillary, her campaign, the DNC, the FBI, and now we find Obama. You also got to remember that there was a never-Trumper Republican that paid some money for it, and that's how John McCain got a hold of it. And of course, John McCain gave it to the FBI.
Right.
So, I mean, they're sitting there collecting from everyone.
Oh, yeah.
How much money did they actually make?
Oh, we'll never find that out. What's on paper and what's not on paper.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay, there's still arguments about the census. It's, of course, it went to the Supreme Court and it will be decided in June. But exactly who is so insulted by answering, yes, I'm a citizen, or I'm not a citizen? You don't have to put your name on it.
Right.
We need to know how many illegals are in this country.
Right.
You know, everybody talks about 11 million. There is lots of educated guesses out there that it's 22 million. It wouldn't surprise me if it's 50 million.
Right. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people, the majority of them would be lying.
Absolutely. But I don't know how else we find out who's here.
Exactly. You got to ask.
Yes, you do. And at some point, you got to believe in something. But Stacy Abrams, who ran for governor of Georgia,
right,
never did believe that she lost. Okay? Now, this is like some oh my gosh, 6 months later, 7 months later?
Yeah.
Since November? And she still believes she won.
So
how pathetic is that?
Another one walking around going, what happened? What happened?
Exactly like Hillary.
Oh, wow.
So, anyway, I guess because she believes she won the governorship, she has decided against a Senate run.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why we're sad about that.
She can pretend she won the election all she wants.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Okay. Handing over power. That's what we would do if we elect any of these 20 people on the Democratic side. They want Medicare for all, which is crazy nutty. I mean, if you tell the elitist people that you're going to take their money in savings, you're going to take their health insurance, how quickly are they going to move out of this country?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Kamala's going to come to your door for your guns.
Okay.
And Elizabeth's going to give free college. So if you've already paid for yourself to go to college, or you've paid for kids to go to college, you're going to have to pay for somebody else's kids. I think that's going to go over real well.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it will.
I mean, when I'm done paying for my kids, I don't want to pay for anybody else's kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, more power to you. I want you to be able to go to school, and I want the colleges to lower the rates and maybe take on some of the burden. But I don't want to pay for your college.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they want all the big tax money to be paid to them, and that will make you all broke, and so you have to rely on the government.
Yeah, we have to be dependent upon them. That's why I say it's nothing more than a power app.
Yeah, and then when you want things changed, they'll take something away from you. You know,
exactly.
So they keep you in line that way.
Well, and according to the same people, they say that conservatives are basically owned and afraid to stand up to the NRA.
Huh.
What?
Okay.
I mean, that shows you don't really understand the NRA. The NRA exists because gun owners and gun lovers created this club.
Yeah, I don't understand the question, I guess.
It's not like the unions who say that if you don't do what we want, you can't work at your job.
Yeah.
I mean, now that's real control, and they support that.
But why? What would they be against the NRA for?
I don't know. Certainly you have the ability for input into the NRA if you're a member. In fact, they send way, way, way too much paper and mail about that, asking about that.
Right.
So I don't understand who exactly is cowering to the NRA.
Yeah.
There would be no reason to cower to the NRA.
Exactly.
They're just not that kind of organization.
Definitely agree there.
And nationalism is not white supremacist. It is not white nationalists. It is biblical. You take care of your own first, meaning your family, your neighborhood, your city. You know, it's graduated. You take care of your own hunger. And when I say your own, I mean like your own family. Homelessness first. Immigrants need to come through the front door.
Right.
It's best for them. It's best for us.
Exactly.
When you've got people renting children to bring across the border, we are enabling them.
Absolutely.
By not securing our borders, we are enabling that child to be abused. We are also enabling people that are going to steal Social Security numbers.
Right.
And we, you know, and the victim, nobody cares about the victim. Nobody looks for the perpetrator. In fact, I've recently learned that the IRS encourages these people, these illegal immigrants, to use Social Security numbers because in their mind, it gains more money for the government. But what they don't realize is these people underpay their taxes.
Right.
So the people that actually own the Social Security number has to make up the difference. And now I've got another horror story to add to this. A woman on my Twitter feed said that this happened to her. She lost 10 years of work experience. Now in the United States, you work so many quarters, and that determines how much money you get when you quit working. Social Security. She lost 10 years of work because of an illegal that had stolen and worked on her Social Security number. This is ridiculous. It's unacceptable.
That is crazy.
Absolutely. Okay, remember Kimberly Guilfoyle? First of all, she's dating Don Jr. I keep saying they'll get married before the end of this year because next year will be the election year. They can't do that.
Right.
They just bought a house together, 7 bedrooms. They got 6 kids. They want their own bedroom.
With 6 kids, I guess.
It's got a gun room, but Trump made her a senior campaign advisor. So my question is, how's Fox News going to handle this? So far, they've ignored her.
Right.
They're not going. She is going to be a campaign go-to person. They're going to need to interview.
Yeah.
How's that going to work out?
Interesting.
Yeah. And a little update on one of our predictions. We predicted that Trump would, make internet available to everyone in the United States.
Right.
That went on the table this morning with Chuck and Nancy.
Oh, wow.
I think if that happens or is even starting, that along with some new marijuana laws, he is a shoo-in. I think he's probably a shoo-in anyway with the economy doing as well as it is. But
yeah, I think you're correct there, for sure. Yeah. Did you see Trudeau in his meeting with Japan?
Yes. Oh, that's awful. It's just embarrassing to even mention it.
Yeah, it is.
I'm embarrassed for him.
Yeah, for those that
fond of him.
For those that don't know, Trudeau referred to Japan twice as being China.
Oh my goodness!
Wonder if they had some Chinese food after the event or something, like sushi.
Oh my gosh! I have a feeling that was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. Meanwhile, what's going on in Canada is there's been a lot of provincial elections happening, and the Liberals are losing in a big way. They're only filling a few seats. So right across Canada, we've got the Conservative Party taking over, with the exception of Newfoundland. And I think it's only a matter of time before Newfoundland turns the corner too and does the same thing. So, looks like his days are numbered, which is a good thing. You'd have to agree with that.
Sounds like a very good thing. And yes, I do agree with that. But we don't always agree. Life's a journey. We're all in this together. Thanks for listening. Godspeed, Connor. Godspeed to all of our friends out there.
Godspeed, Grace, and everyone, thanks for listening.